Indeed, so it's basically them at each and every role being at the very best, at being at the very top for Action PH and Team Secret. And now Fiora is gonna be the first ban of Action PH targeting the Baron laner of Team Secret.
I like this first ban. Very safe, very targeted again, just as you mentioned, onto Azar. Team Secret, though, do not want to see that on Echo. We did see Echo try the Seraphine as well, so we'll have to check that out later, as we will get to the draft later on, as we are gonna sort that out a little bit. But I think that's a really good preview. We are not definitely gonna be surprised if the Seraphine gets banned.
A little bit of a break, right? A little bit of a break from the draft. Let's just chill for a while because we are too excited of what's gonna happen. And I think if Seraphine's banned out, it's targeting onto the Tsuri, it's targeting onto Action PH. It's a lot that could potentially happen for these two teams. So it could potentially come through for the side of Team Secret. But that, I think, was a misban because they're now going in for the Gaio first ban for the side of Team Secret.
You know, with this course of action for Action PH, they are definitely hoping to get a comfortable laning phase for Yamada this time. They're possibly shifting weights again towards Yamada. Again, the panelists have mentioned it time and time again, but Camille being taken out, we'll have to see, as the Gragas will be the first pick, which means either that could be towards Yamada or maybe another jungler for AIM.
I like that. Gragas is a flexible champion. It can go to the Baron lane, mid lane. Hell, it could go even to a support and even the jungler for the side of Action PH. Now it depends on Team Secret what they're gonna do. Seraphine is gonna be picked up. We don't know if it's a mid lane or a support. I like the flexibility here, but Olaf is now coming right through. And Rico, I don't know what I'm feeling right now, but I have a gut feeling that they're going back into the no ADC type of draft.
That's true. It could go two ways. Tatsuri on towards this Seraphine, so it's going to be the usual mid-jungle Olaf-Seraphine duo. So Action PH's reply, okay, you're going to have utility. We're also going to have utility as well with that Orianna. Big question is, do they want to lock in that Kai'Sa already? But I like this change from AIM. I like it. You know, even though the Vi is open, the Vi has been banned out, you know, twice already in the previous. Even that's open now, you know, Jarvan is available for him for that initiation. Ball delivery system is the game. Hover towards Sona. Are we having the Sona Seraphine duo again?
Here we go! Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Seraphine Sona duo once again, coming right up from Team Secret, and this just gives me hype. This gives me goosebumps because this is the draft that beat every single series for the side of Team Secret, and we're seeing it once again. But as you stated, I like the Jarvan 4 pick here from Action PH. It targets into the Olaf. If that Cataclysm connects, that's gonna be very hard. But now, with the ADC not still gonna be picked out by Team Secret, we have the Draven here for Action PH. They want to target here the game.
They definitely want to try and target the early game, just as you mentioned. Just try to bully out the possible double Seraphine and Sona in the bottom lane. Just as you mentioned, though, there's no area yet. There's actually no top lane just yet for Azar. So curious, actually could be an Olaf top or a Mundo jungle. So we'll get to see what the swaps is going to be. What I like about Team Secret's composition is that, okay, we don't have any ranged AD carry, but it's fine because we have the Ziggs. One thing that you're worried about when you're rangeless, when you're AD rangeless, is how do you towers? It's fine. Ziggs is the solution for that.
Definitely. And this is Team Secret going in for the regen draft. You know what? We have Dr. Mundo, we have Seraphine, Sona. You can't have much more when it comes to regen. You can't have much more when it comes to HP. And they're having it all for their draft today. And now I'm expecting maybe Action PH to go for two different routes in terms of items. They could go for the Grievous Wound build path for their team, or they could go for the burst type of build against Team Secret, because there is two possible ways to go for it. You want to go for the burst, or you want to go to punish the regeneration, because if you go for the regeneration route and punish that, your damage is not going to be as high if you go for the damage route. And same thing goes for these two ways. If you go for the damage, you're lacking in decreasing the amount of regeneration that Team Secret will receive. So it's a matter of Action PH deciding on what they want to prioritize.
Yeah, I fully agree with you there. You're given that crossroads whether or not you want to sacrifice your damage just so that you can peel off of their HP or healing rather, or perhaps just go for the burst and hope that the healing doesn't reach. Your damage is enough for you to burst someone down before the heal comes in. Of course, you gotta worry about the shields as well coming from Sona and Seraphine. So a little bit worried for ACTIONPH because we've seen how scary this draft is, or this composition is in general. We've seen it last night up against Next Play. They've dethroned Next Play with this composition, basically. So ACTIONPH definitely going standard, but this is actually very, very linear in execution. You have a lot of options for that ball delivery system. Either you put it on the Gragas or you put it on that Jarvan. Then you've got a very strong dual lane, Riots on the Draven, and as well as Simon on the Lux, hoping to dominate and not give Chewy and James a hard time. The problem is, it's gonna be a little bit non-interactive. Every damage that they take, they're just gonna keep healing it back and back. So I wonder how they're gonna go about that.
Unlimited HP all around. TeamSecret is doing it once again. And all melee champions as well. But Tatsuri though, if ACTIONPH doesn't respect this champion going to the back lines, it's too much damage to handle. Because at this point in time, when you have a lot of sustainability and you have a lot of frontliners, it's too hard to get access onto the back lines of TeamSecret. So if Tatsuri gets just a free time, free hitting the enemy team, I think that would be devastating.
Fully agree with you there, but the course of action now is different, as we didn't get to see, you know, the Draven Lux in the bottom side of the map facing off against the duo utility supports. But instead, he has to face Ziggs. He has to face Ziggs alone, and Draven being actually winning.
Tatsuri, low HP. Oh my goodness, the honey root is just there to put him alive a bit much longer. What a nice move though from Tatsuri there with the clutch. But Yamada, 1v1 against Azar. Low HP, but Yamada is low as well. The flash is now going to be burned for these two champions. But 1 HP is left standing for Azar, as Olaf is now going in with a quick response. Yamada, you need to run. Well, there is the land to go for. And that is going to be Trevor going in for the play, going in for the kill. That is the first blood going in for TeamSecret.
Really nice first blood. A little bit awkward for both blamers. Tatsuri. He's fine, I guess.
Chaos is happening all around. Now Aim though is coming right through to the fight. It's gonna be pinned down by an enemy team. Root is coming right up. The double man knockup is coming through, but Olaf just goes for the third skill with the flash, now being burned by Aim.
Oh dear, oh me. Okay, at least for action, things are going well for Riot's lane. At least it's a different story from the previous series and now. This time around though, good job for Trevor being super duper felt. His presence has been felt in the first 2 minutes of the game from visiting topside for Azar, eliminating Yamada, punishing Yamada for overstaying and wanting the kill, being a little bit too greedy, and as well as getting scuttlers for TeamSecret.
But a body slam coming in from Yamada, a good initiation setup by Azar. But the HP regen is just there. The AoE damage is also there, and is getting on top when it comes to damage output. So basically, they're dead even, but right now, there's no kill will be done into the Baron lane.
Yeah, no kill. Both summoner spells already up, at least for the barrier. A bit of a tankier route, of course, you're Azar. I mean, you are a Mundo. That is your job, too. Even though he received a bunch of nerfs already, basically on just the damage portion of Mundo, so he's still pretty tanky, pretty annoying for sure. And meanwhile, James and Chewy got the lane that they wanted with just bothering Eiko, clearing a bunch of waves, having priority all the way, giving you more control over both river sides.
Yeah, I also think that Dr. Mundo right now is not going to be viable. But with TeamSecret having the Sona and Seraphine, with the sustainability type of draft, it now becomes viable. And it's just a tank to be respected. Because TeamSecret just have Tatsuri into the back lines that deals with massive amounts of damage. So that's something I think is the thought process of TeamSecret coming right up with Azar picking up Dr. Mundo.
That's true. Additional frontline for the squishies. The mage squishies. The 3 mage squishies here for TeamSecret. So it works super well. And just as you mentioned, he's just going to last super long in the fight. He's already tanky to begin with. And he's going to get tankier because of that almost unlimited pool of sustain, but now a couple of seconds before the next dragon, or the first dragon, to spawn, it's actually an Infernal Drake. So we'll have to see, as ACTIONPH just hoping to get that to further empower Riot for sure on the Draven pick. He has been dominating so far in his lane. We'll have to see.
Absolutely, but the Sir gets the information of where ACTIONPH might be. It's gonna be the sightseeing right now for these two teams as they see each other. But the Tsar is now going in for a response. It's a 5v4. If APH wants to go for this, they need to surprise TeamSecret into the back lines. They need to go for the flanks. They need to go for the play. But TeamSecret is just going in for slowly. Azar, they're going in. Aim, going into Smite. But the red team, TeamSecret has secured the Dragon. It's gonna be the kill. It's a 5v4 as Aim goes down. The Seraphine charm goes on forever, but it does not connect. And TeamSecret is just happy with the Infernal Drake and one kill onto the jungler of ACTIONPH.
Yeah, really good attempt still coming from AIM to try and get that possible Dragon Steal, but I mean, you are a Jarvan, you got the Flag and Drag, you got the Flash of Escape, but unfortunately, TeamSecret just held him deep into the pit, and unfortunately the Flash did not work out for him, and TeamSecret will be happy about that. First Drake, Infernal, additional damage for themselves, and as well as an extra kill on towards AIM. And so far, so good for TeamSecret. I think one thing that ACTIONPH should be happy about is, you know, Riot's having a better laning phase for sure in comparison to the first series. But the biggest question is, where will that translate? If you're not able to snowball at this point of the match, it might be a little bit troublesome for the next objective fight, which is the Rift Herald.
Yeah, if the Rift Herald is going to be secured by TeamSecret, they have the potential to get the tower first blood. They have the potential to scale out when considering the game. And considering they don't have the range ADC, mid-game making fights is going to be difficult if they don't get the advantage early game. So TeamSecret, Rift Herald is going to be very important.
We'll have to check that out, considering that Echo being shoved under his tower. It's a bit hard to get priority over these two. Azar?
Oh, Azar getting pinned down by two members of the enemy team, APH, Flag and Drag, just to go away. But we have the flash away and again for a bomb just to secure the kill. Sona going for the ultimate, not gonna connect, no stunts will occur. But TeamSecret got the jungler of APH. And the Rift Herald is now free from death to take.
Yeah, that means ACTIONPH will have to watch this objective getting taken by TeamSecret. And it all boils down to how super aggressive these calls are from TeamSecret, even though they've managed to have that double support, triple mage rather. And it works out in their favor because, again, that is their strength if they are together. I'm going to mention, okay, fine, no range carry. They will be able to easily get these towers down because the Ziggs alleviate that problem.
But TeamSecret wants to go for more objective, and the tier 1 turret in the mid lane is open for them to take. And with Ziggs there as well, Satchel Charge, 25% HP of turret, gone.
Insta-gone, for sure. Tatsuri will be happy about that. Especially TeamSecret didn't have to use any of... didn't have to use the Rift Herald just yet. So they'll be happy putting that downstairs? Downstairs in the bottom lane. That's where it is. Considering that AH has already destroyed the bottom tier 1 turret. Definitely TeamSecret wants to get that out of the way for sure to get a bit more control over the enemy jungle and as well as the dragon portion of that river. We've seen how TeamSecret is happy to be super aggressive invading jungles with, again, this is your composition. You've got the Sona, you've got the Seraphine empowering Olaf to just press Ragnarok, and he'll be happy with all the shields and sustain that this composition brings. And that is the reason why you'll see Trevor with Chewie and James the time for sure.
Yeah, it's endless. It's countless for TeamSecret right now. And I like the Rift Herald right now spawned into the Baron lane because this is capability of them to get the map control in their favor, getting all tier 1 turrets, and on top of all that, 11 seconds for the Ocean Drake to now come through. So TeamSecret has a lot in store for the enemy team to actually just get the advantage when it comes to the early game, on top of all the gold lead that they already received. But now, with TeamSecret going for the initial setup onto the Ocean Drake, we have ACTIONPH now going in for the massive flank onto the left side of the map, And Tatsuri is just hovering to the backside. Play Flag and Drag rather is going through Seraphine. Seraphine is gonna be burned out. Explosive gas just to delay the fight, but the fight is not gonna be over. Dragon 1 HP. Who's gonna take it? It's gonna be ACTIONPH giving it away from Team Secret. But we have Tatsuri just here on the sidelines, going in for both, going in for the kill. Yamada going against 1v1 against Tatsuri, as Tatsuri is the only one alive when it comes to this fight. Though we have Azar going in for the split push as well into the Baron lane. Mega Infernal Bomb just to try and secure the kill, but Yamada is still gonna be alive. And Tatsuri 1v1 against AIM is still 1 HP, but AIM goes ahead and takes the lead and takes the kill as Tatsuri falls down.
Tatsuri fell down, but he did his job. He distracted everybody else from ACTIONPH because that was a 4v5. Team Secret managed to hold out. They were wiped by ACTIONPH with Tatsuri surviving, but at what cost? Azar was able to split push. And look at that. That tower in the base is almost down. So ACTIONPH has to expect a bunch of huge waves building towards topside, and if they prolong fights, especially fights near the dragon, they gotta make sure they have set up the wave, or else they will lose that tower eventually.
The setups are gonna be very important. The ACTIONPH from that engagement got a massive upside against Team Secret. They got 4 kills, they got the Ocean Drake. And I think if they repeat that when it comes to the Baron Nashor, secure it for their team, and get 4 kills in the process, I think this is looking good for the side of ACTIONPH. Now the question would be if they can secure it. And I think that will depend on how ACTIONPH will turn out against Team Secret.
I agree, they do have a very strong chance. 10 minutes into the game, they've managed to get that wipe right away, as Yamada will just about to run out. But now Baron's being started.
Mega Infernal Bomb, massive damage, and we have Zard coming right through into the front line. Yamada is gonna be melted down, and we have the flank though from ACTIONPH. Riot is just there, going in for the spinning axe, but that is no longer available because the tank is gonna be down for the side of ACTIONPH. 2 members left for APH. Azar is onto the front lines, massive AE damage, and Riot will say bye-bye as Team Secret dominates, gets the 4 kills against ACTIONPH.
I feel like there could have been a fight where ACTIONPH would have come up top, but I think the problem was the positioning was a little bit awkward. It wasn't APH starting that fight. It was Eiko, rather, just trying to see if he can steal or try to kill some of the members, reduce the members having that Baron buff from Team Secret. But going back into that fight, I feel like it could have gone differently if Riots was around for early fighting as the rest of the tanks were falling. AIM had a good setup. Unfortunately, Yamada was caught out of position. So if ACTIONPH is the one that starts the fight, I feel like it could go in a different scenario, as TS was the one that initiated, and ACTIONPH definitely wasn't prepared for that. Now Team Secret does have Baron. It's time for sieging.
Absolutely. Though, am I seeing this correctly? Serfs embrace Nashor's Tooth Lichbane from a Zig? They're going in for the DPS instead of burst damage. But now, into the bot lane though, Azar, frontline against Yamada. Yamada is gonna be melted down by Tatsuri with a bomb placed down onto the ground. But the fight is not gonna be over. Ragnarok is gonna be forced out by that ult, trying to delay the fight as he has the shockwave trying to knock the enemy team. But that's not gonna be enough as Team Secret goes for the kill, goes for the 3-man death against ACTIONPH. And they have the Baron buff. They're looking to end the fight. It's gonna be the double charm against ACTIONPH. They're going in for the base, they're going in for the Nexus, there are a lot of minions to support it, and Team Secret gets game 1.
Wild, strong finish from Team Secret.